Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to choose the right units for your drawing and create viewports with different scales. So let's open up the details template and type in units. You want millimeters to be selected and hitting OK. So now, for example, if you draw a rectangle and you want it to be 1 meter by half a meter deep, you'll type in 1500 and enter. So now you've got a 1 by 0.5 meter rectangle. So now we'll head over to the 1:2 scale layout page. In the template provided, the viewport and scale will already be included and set in this drawing. But for the purpose of this video, I'll teach you how to insert one and change the scale. So if we head up to layout, choose a rectangular viewport. So clicking on the top left corner and bottom right, we now have a viewport in our drawing. So to find out what scale this drawing is already set as, we'll click on the outer edge of the viewport and we can read that off down here. For our drawings, we want standard scales to be used. If we click on the scale, we can see a whole list of scales that are already set in the drawing. So we'll choose 1:2. As you can see, you can't really tell where the rectangle is right now. So if we double click into the viewport, using our scroll wheel, pressing that down and holding it, we can move the picture around. So if we're happy with where it is now, we can double click out of the viewport and we'll have our drawing set to a 1:2 scale. If we want to use a scale that isn't already in the list provided, we'll type in scalelistedit and hit enter. So a scale that isn't included already is 1:15. So if we wanted to add this into the list, we'd hit add, name it 1:15, and set the paper units to 1 and the drawing units to 15. So this means for every 1 millimeter of paper, 15 millimeters of the drawing will be shown. Select OK, move that down to the appropriate spot in the list and hit OK. So now we can click on the outer edge of the viewport and choose this as one of our scales. So now we can see the full drawing in our layout page. We would then change the name of the layout tab to correspond with what's in our drawing. So we'll change that to 1:15. We would also change the scale in the title block to make sure it aligns with the one on the viewport. So for instance, we've chosen 1:15. If we wanted to use this same template again with the 1:15 scale, all we have to do is right click on the layout tab, select move or copy, tick the box and hit OK. And now we have another layout tab that is 1:15. Remembering that we'll need to change the drawing number every time we have a new drawing in these layout tabs. If we wanted to have the plan view and elevation view of a single element on the same page, we would quickly go into the model space. I'm just going to quickly add in a rough shape and come back to the same layout page. So if we wanted these to look like they were the same similar size, we could add 2 viewports. So to do this, we'll change the shape of the existing viewport. So clicking on the outer edge, clicking on one of the corners and dragging this up. Double click in, using your scroll wheel, drag it up. Double click out, go to the layout tab again and add in another rectangle viewport. Fill in the gaps of the green box again. Double click in and move the other object out of view. Double click out. So now we've got 2 different viewports with 2 different objects. So if we wanted to increase the scale of the top viewport, all we have to do is click on the outer edge again and select a new scale. We may need to move the object around again, so using the middle scroll wheel. If you have 2 different scales on your drawing, make sure you label them both in the scale bar and also underneath the drawing so we know which scale is for which drawing. You can also add in a subheading to say which one is the plan view and which one is the elevation view. We will cover this more in the text and annotation video. So now you know how to add a viewport and scale it accordingly.